Hello and welcome to JNC Better Living's Rooted Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a chair yoga practice, and this is great for anybody who has difficulty getting down onto the floor to do poses. It will still be a strengthening practice because we will be doing a lot of arm exercises and stretching our legs. We're also going to be standing for this practice and holding onto the chair, which will help you with balance if you have any issues like that. All you need today for our practice is a chair with a nice back and a chair that your feet can plant on the floor. If the chair is too high, you can also consider having a block, and then you can plant your feet on the block, but that is not as ideal. So if you can find a chair where your feet can reach the floor, that would be great. And then also no arms on the chair would be helpful because we are going to take our legs and swing them off to the sides when we get more into it. Okay, so first we're going to start seated. And as always, we want to tune into our breath. So maybe you close your eyes, rest your hands on your thighs, and we'll take a couple of breaths in and out. As yogis, we breathe in and out through the nose because that's more of a cleansing breath. And we try to create even inhale and exhales. So if you're breathing in for a count of 3, then you want to breathe out for a count of 3. A couple more breaths here. And last one. Now we're going to continue to stay focused on our breath, but also start to link movement to our breath. So let's breathe in and reach our arms up and overhead, fingers touch at the top. Exhale, hands through heart center. 2 more like that. Breathe in, circle your arms down, around and up, fingers touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. And last one, breathe in, circle your arms down, around and up, fingers touch at the top. This time we'll hold there. Take your right arm and grab your left wrist. Breathe in, reach, and exhale, side bend. Good, breathe in, come back up, switch hands, and side bend the other way. Good, breathe in, come back up, and this time spread your arms wide. Let's swan dive forward, coming all the way down to a forward fold. Now, if it's difficult for you to reach the floor, blocks are also good here to press your hands into the floor. And it can also help if you have any issues with vertigo to not put your head all the way down, but to keep it a little lifted. If you don't have issues like that, please join me in letting your head hang heavy, and maybe we just rock side to side. Good, then we'll breathe in, come up half lift, get a flat back, roll your shoulders down your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale, fold forward. We're going to roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Breathe in, sweep your arms up and overhead, and exhale, hands through heart center. 1 more time, just like that. Circle your arms down, around and up, fingers touch at the top. Exhale, spread your arms wide, hinge at your hips, swan dive forward all the way down to a forward fold. Press hands into blocks or the floor, flat back. Lift your gaze. Exhale, fold all the way down and roll up again, 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly coming up, head is the last thing to come up. Good, sweep your arms up and overhead. This time, left arm forward, right arm back, turn to the right, nice little twist. Breathe in, come back up, arms are above your head. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Breathe in, both arms come back up. We'll take that 1 more time each way. Left arm forward, right arm back. Breathe in, hands reach overhead. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Breathe in, come back up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, now we're gonna bring our hands to our thighs. We'll take a little cat-cow. So breathe in, roll forward, As you roll your shoulders back, just lift your gaze slightly. Exhale, press your hands into your thighs, round into your back, chin goes to your chest. Good, 2 more like that. Breathe in, roll forward, shoulders roll down your back, gaze comes slightly up, belly is on your thighs or close. Exhale as you round into your back, hollow out your belly, chin to chest. 1 more time, roll forward, shoulders roll down your back. You have a nice little arch or a little back bend. Exhale as you round. Good, breathe in, come back to neutral spine, seated up nice and tall. Now we're gonna take a pose called stir the pot. So we're gonna roll forward, then roll to the side, then roll back, and then roll to the other side. So we're stirring a big pot of, let's say, stew with our torso, and we're rolling all the way around, getting into the ab muscles and the obliques, and really just trying to create a nice big circle with your body. We'll do this 2 more times in this direction. Good, and then pause at the top, and we'll switch the other way. We always try to do on one side what we do for the other side in yoga. So in this case, one side is getting a little bit more of a workout with the obliques, and so that's why we switch it up and do it on the other side as well. Good, 1 more time here, and then we'll pause when we come back to seated. Good. So let's take another breath in, sweep your arms up and overhead, and exhale, hands through heart center. Good, now we're gonna take our arms out to the sides with our elbows bent and our hands onto our shoulders. And we're just gonna do a little twisting like this. So breathe, normal breath, in and out, just twisting back and forth, kind of waking up your abs, stretching the sides of your body. A couple more times here. 3, 2, and 1. Good, come back to center. Now we're gonna take our hands and extend them out and then bring them back to the shoulders. Out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Good, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now we're gonna bring our hands up like goalposts and have our palms facing forward, sitting up nice and tall here. We're gonna breathe in, find length through our spine, and exhale as we bring the forearms together. Breathe in as you open, exhale as you close. Breathe in, open, exhale, close. Breathe in wide, exhale, narrow. Breathe in, open, exhale, close. 2 more. Open, close, open, close. Now we're gonna come back to open, and we're gonna lift the arms up and then bring them down. Lift the arms up and then bring them down. Lift up and touch overhead. Exhale as your elbows come to your sides. Good. 5 more like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then bring them back to goalposts. And now we're going to extend our arms out so that our palms are facing down and our arms extended out to the sides, parallel to the earth. And then we're going to create little circles. Good. We're moving forward and we're creating little circles. We're sitting up nice and tall here and really getting a nice little workout for our arms. You're going to feel this in your shoulders, your upper arms, and it's really, really good for your core if you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. Staying here for 15 more seconds. Good, you can do it. Just moving those arms. Okay, we got 5 left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them there. Go the other way. Good, come on, you can do it. We're gonna just make circles with our arms, waking up those shoulders, really getting a workout, strengthening those forearms. Good, everything is working here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let your arms down and we'll take some nice shoulder rolls. So bring your shoulders forward, then up into your ears, then back and down. Good, couple more times like that. Roll them up and then let them sink down. Good, and then go the other way. So back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Good. Now we're gonna take our left arm, just cross our body here. Get a nice stretch through the shoulder. Good, and then drop that arm down and take that the other way. Right arm across your chest, just pulling that shoulder in, feeling a nice stretch. Good, and bring that down as well. Good, now we're gonna take some exercises with our legs. So we wanna just maybe sit a little bit forward here. Make sure that your feet are planted and that your toes are pointing in the same direction as your knees. And your ankles should be right under your knees. And then we're just gonna alternate lifting and lowering one leg at a time. Good, just stretching it out as much as you can, lifting just as high as you can, maybe starting to feel it in the thigh, your hamstrings, and your quadricep muscles. Good, and we're just extending and bringing it down. Good, 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Now in the next extension, we're gonna leave that leg up and we're gonna rotate our ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and then bring that foot back down to the floor. We'll extend the left leg out and we'll take ankle rotations this way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and bring that leg down. Excellent. Now we're gonna take our legs a little bit wider and maybe you sit a little bit more forward. You want your knees pointing off of the corners of the chair. Again, knees are pointing in the same direction as your feet. And we're gonna take our forearms to our thighs, and we're just gonna come down for a nice little stretch on the inner thighs here. You can rest your forearms here on the thighs, or you can press your hands into the thighs if the forearms is not comfortable. You're trying to get a nice stretch through your back here and also opening up through your inner thighs. Good. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly rolling up to seated. Good. Now that we're all warmed up, we're going to take some warrior poses. We're going to take our left leg and drop it off the side of the chair. Again, knee is over ankle and knee and toe are pointing in the same direction. This is a good place for a block here if you want to drop your knee onto a block and have a little bit more support. Otherwise, if you don't feel like you need that, you can just hang your foot off, your leg off the chair, the front of the chair. So now we're gonna walk our toes backwards until we get a nice stretch through this hip flexor right here. Now you can take your left hand to the back of the chair for support, and then you're gonna breathe in as you lift your right arm up to the ceiling, getting a nice stretch both through the front side body and also through this right hip flexor. Good, one more breath here. And on your exhale, you're gonna bring your right hand forward and come all the way down as far as you can. Then we're gonna breathe in and lift the arm back up, and exhale, bring the arm down again. Good, one more time, bring the arm up, and then exhale, drop the right hand to the back of the right thigh. Now we're gonna pivot the right foot and maybe press it forward a little bit so your leg can be as straight as it can be. And then we're going to bend into our left arm, Place our left forearm on our left thigh and sweep our right arm up to the sky to get a nice stretch through our right side body. Good, stay here for 3 breaths. Gaze can be straight in front of you, or you can turn and have your gaze look up at your right fingers. Good, and now bring that right hand down to the back of the chair and sweep the left arm up to the sky, getting a nice stretch through that left side body. Good, one more breath here. And exhale, bring that hand down. Good, now we're just gonna bring that right leg in and bring our legs back so that we're at a wide-legged position where our knees are pointing off of the corners of the chair again. We're gonna breathe and sweep our arms up and overhead, and exhale, take a forward fold, coming all the way down this time, maybe putting those blocks in position so you can plant your hands on them. And then we're gonna press into the blocks and slowly roll up. Good, breathe and sweep your arms up and overhead. And we'll take that one more time, swan dive forward in a wide-legged forward fold. This time we're gonna take our left hand under our nose, planting it on a block or the floor. Sweep your right arm up to the sky for a twist. Breathe in and exhale, bring that right hand down. Replace the right hand where the left hand was under your nose and sweep that left arm up to the sky now for a twist on this side. Good, breathe in and exhale, drop that hand down. Good, now slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, bringing chin to chest. Head is the last thing to come up and come back to seated. Good, now we're gonna take those warrior poses on the other side. So right knee is pointing off the right side of the chair. And maybe you put that block in position right in front of the chair so you can drop your left knee onto it. So left leg is off of the front of the chair. You're gonna hold onto the back of the chair with your right hand. And you're gonna wiggle your toes backwards so that you can get a nice stretch through this left hip flexor. And coming up onto the ball of your foot, if that feels okay. You're gonna breathe in and sweep your left arm up to the sky and find a nice little back bend here. This would be our warrior one pose or crescent warrior. One more breath here and exhale, bring that left hand down as far as you can forward. Breathe in, sweep that left arm up and exhale, bring that arm down. One more time, sweep that left arm up. Good, and this time, bring that left arm to your back thigh, and now you're gonna pivot on that back left foot and create a straight leg, maybe walking that foot out a little bit, and the foot is at about a 45-degree angle to the leg. We're gonna plant that right forearm on the right thigh and sweep that left arm up to the sky, coming into our side angle pose. Good, really wanting to press that forearm into the thigh and open up through your heart, shining that heart toward the center of the room. Gaze can be forward or you can peek up at your fingers. Good, and then drop that left hand down, sweep that right arm up to the sky, coming into our reverse warrior. And exhale, bring that hand down. Good, we're gonna take our legs now wide so that we're in a wide-legged position like we were before. We're gonna take our arms so that they are shoulder height, bending at the elbows and bringing our fingers to touch. And then we're gonna extend our arms so that they're wide. And then we're gonna bring them back in and extend, bring them back in, extend, bring them back in, extend, bring them back in, extend. Good, now we're gonna bring our arms down, hands to hips, and we're just gonna walk our feet all the way forward. And then we're gonna walk our feet all the way wide. Good. And then again, all the way forward and all the way wide. One more time, all the way forward and all the way wide. Good. Now sweep your arms up and overhead one more time with your legs wide, and exhale, fold forward, coming into that wide-legged forward fold. One more time with a twist, planting that left hand under your nose. Sweep the right arm up to the sky, and exhale, bring that hand down, planting that right hand under your nose on a block or on the floor. Sweep the left arm up to the sky, and exhale, bring that down. Good. Press into the block or the floor and roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming back to seated. Good. Now we're gonna bring our legs together so that our knees are about hip distance apart and our knees are pointing in the same direction as our feet. One more time. And then we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna make some fists, and we're gonna really squeeze, and then we're gonna open our hands and spread them like you've got pies between each finger. And then we're gonna squeeze our hands together one more time, and then we're gonna open them up. Good. Some just nice stretches for your fingers there. And now we're gonna wiggle ourselves a little bit forward on the chair, and we're going to run in place using our arms and our legs. So start just bringing your foot, alternating one foot down and then the other, just like you're walking or running. And then you're gonna move your arms, just swing them side to side. That would be your natural cadence. We'll start with walking, and we're walking, and now we're gonna start going as fast as we can. We're gonna run, run, run. I bet you didn't know you could run on a chair, but you can. And you can really build up a lot of heat and get a lot of benefits. You're increasing the circulation in your feet, which is so great for your feet, for your legs, and also you're burning calories. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just rest. You can sit back in the chair now, and we'll take another couple breaths. Breathe in, sweep your arms up and overhead, and exhale, hands through heart center. Good, 2 more like that. Sweep your arms down, around, and up, and exhale in through heart center. Good, last time here. Sweep your arms down, around, and up, and exhale through heart center. Good, now we're gonna take another arm movement. So we're gonna reach out, bring our hands forward, and then make a fist and bring our arms back as far as you can, like you're rowing a boat. Open and closed. Open fingers and closed. Open fingers forward, closed and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, now we're gonna wiggle forward on our chair. You might wanna use blocks here if your chair is a little bit high, and put your toes on blocks. And we're just gonna then lift our legs. So this is just a good starting position. We're gonna lift our legs so that we're balancing on our torso. Now you can have your hands on the chair. You can have your hands behind your thighs. Or if this is not comfortable for you, you can take one leg at a time, okay? And this is called Navasana or boat pose. So if you're holding here, you would be feeling this in your core. You might even feel your tummy shaking. If you're here, you're gonna feel it also. So whichever way works for you is okay. Just do what you can do today. But if you're here, you might want to hold on to the thighs, or maybe you're going to extend your arms and really go the extra mile today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring those legs down. Good, and let's just tap our feet a little bit and shake it out. And now we're going to stand up and do a couple of poses, standing, using our chair for support. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is bring our hands to the chair, and I'm on the side here, but you can either be on the side or coming from the front, totally up to you. And we're just gonna press our hands into the chair and walk our feet back so that our ankles are right under our hips. And we're stretching out our arms. Maybe if you can, you're gonna bring your ears between your arms and just getting a nice stretch here through the hamstrings and through the shoulders. This is very similar to like a down dog position if you were down on your mat. Good, and then you're gonna step your right foot forward and keep your right hand on the chair, and then pivot your back foot to about a 45-degree angle, but your front foot is basically dissecting your back foot, so coming right to the middle of the foot. And then you're gonna press your right hand into the chair and sweep your left arm up to the sky. So this would be our triangle pose in yoga. And we're trying to shine our heart toward the middle of the room, stacking shoulder over shoulder, getting a nice stretch through the left side body here, and also a stretch through the arms and legs. Good, and then we're gonna bring that left hand down, and we're going to step the right foot back, and now we're gonna make sure that our ankle is right under our hip, pressing both hands into the chair, and we're gonna lift that left leg up. So now we're in a standing split, and we're gonna lift that leg up just as high as we can. Maybe feeling a little shaking, that's okay. Keep your gaze down toward the chair. Less pressure on your neck. Good, and we'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna bring that foot down. Good, now we're gonna use the back of the chair to stand up, and we're gonna come to the other side and take that same pose on this side. So first we're gonna start with both hands on the chair, and we're gonna walk our feet back so that we're stretching out through our arms and our ankles are right under our hips. Good, feeling a nice stretch here, maybe bringing ears in between your arms. Good, taking another breath here. Good, and then we're gonna press the left hand into the chair, step the left foot toward the chair, and pivot on that back foot. Now pressing the left hand into the chair, sweeping the right arm up, coming into our triangle pose on this side. Shining our heart toward the middle of the room, feeling a nice stretch through the side body, trying to stack shoulder over shoulder. Good, and then we're gonna bring that right hand down. We're gonna step the left foot back so that it's right under our hip. And then we're gonna lift the right leg up, coming into that standing split on this side. So right leg is just extended, maybe parallel to the earth or a little lower. Gaze is toward the chair, engaging your core here. Shoulders should be right over your wrists. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that foot back down. Good, now again, reaching for the back of the chair and standing up. We're gonna take a balancing pose. So bring your left foot so that it is closer to the chair and your left hand is holding onto the back of the chair. Now you're gonna come up onto the ball of your right foot, and then you're gonna pivot your knee out to the right. You can rest your heel right on your ankle and make sure that you're really standing up nice and tall here. Good, and then if you want to play with balance a little bit, you can lift that right foot so that it comes to maybe your shin or your calf muscle. Good, and you can stay here, or you can maybe play, depending on how balanced you feel, with lifting your hand off the back of the chair just for a moment, or maybe you feel comfortable enough that you can actually stay for a little bit. Wherever you're at is totally okay. And if you want more of a challenge and you feel very balanced, you can bring that right foot to your thigh and stay balanced here. So whatever works for you, we'll just take this on the other side now. So we're gonna walk around to the back of the chair. Now our right foot is right next to the chair, right hand is holding on. Really make sure that that right foot is grounded. Come up onto the ball of the left foot and then rest the heel on the ankle to start. Good. And then you can slowly play with lifting that foot to the shin or calf area, or lifting it all the way up to the thigh. And again, if you want, you can play with balance, or you keep the hand near the chair and play with lifting and lowering it, or maybe even bring hands to heart center. Your balance will improve over time, so just make sure that you are not judging yourself for wherever you are today. Every day is a different day, so just be comfortable with where you are, and I want you to be proud of yourself for actually trying. We're gonna just shake out our legs. We always like to do that after we do a balancing pose, and then we're gonna come back to seated. So we're gonna sit down here, and we're gonna come into a Shavasana now, and you can just get yourself nice and comfortable. So maybe putting your feet up on blocks and resting your torso back on the chair. Sometimes it's fun to bring the blocks out a little bit, and then it feels comfortable to bring the knees in. Just find a place that is comfortable for you. And when you get there, bring your hands to heart center or to your thighs. Maybe you bring chin to chest. And we're just gonna take 1 minute here, being in Shavasana, which is our final resting pose, the most important pose of the practice, because you are giving your body an opportunity to rest and rejuvenate. And then after a minute, I will lead you out of the practice. If you have any thoughts that drift into your mind, just see if you can watch them float away on clouds, coming back to your breath. And then just start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe roll out your ankles and roll out your wrists. And bring your feet back to the floor. Bring your hands to heart center. And we'll take one more breath together. So breathe in and sweep your arms down, around, and up, touching at the top. And exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Then take your thumbs to the third eye or your forehead just above your nose, and tuck your chin in toward your chest. The light in me truly honors and respects the light in each one of you. Thank you for joining me here today. Namaste. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more free rooted yoga from JNC Better Living. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Comment below if there are areas that you'd like me to address in future yoga practices.